And we're still here in Innsbruck, still deboarding as promised. Just a shortcut to have 2 different videos on YouTube. Right, let's see, can we get the overlay working this time? Let's try flight planning, load on VATSIM, fly now, connect. No, I don't know what's the problem today with the Sim Toolkit Pro and the overlay. Right, just had EasyJet Pushback next to us there. So hello everyone, welcome back. Super Gromby, the pilot and co-pilot enter different values for the weight and speeds and FMS. What would happen? No, so the MCDUs are linked. So whatever you do and insert a value in one MCDU, it's synchronized on the other. Right? So let's say, actually let's demonstrate that to you. So MCDU, let's do ATSU. Hey Ignas, nice to see you. How are you doing? Flight init. So let's request the init. It should be Windmill 71 Bravo this time. Innsbruck to Girona. Flight time hour 28. The altitude is Barcelona. There we go. So, if I enter a value in the left MCDU, for example 140, right, it gets synced. If I put something here on this side, it gets synced again with the side. So they're linked. No, unfortunately, MCK Budel is he knows about the issue with the AskBot, but he's just so busy right now in life that he can't fix it at the moment, which is a shame. But yeah, I just got to be patient on that.
Passengers deboarding starting.
Again? What? I thought they already deboarded. Right, I'll tell you what. Let's finish that. Let's restart Coatl. Right, let's do that. And then let's order the fuel truck. So time here is it 8? Yeah, 8. So let's do 8:30. How can I get rid of those times? It doesn't work anymore. 08. Yeah, something's bugged here. Can I restart the EFB? Let's do that maybe. Let's go settings. Yeah, hey Pilot John. Let me try to restart the or reboot the EFB. Maybe that works. One thing for GSX and SimBrief, if you change the time of day, GSX say it cannot improve the flight plan. Okay, well that's no big issue. We'll do the loading via the EFB here. Hey Runa, welcome back again. There we go, that worked. So 080835, let's say, update. There we go, perfect. Ground service, let's order. No, I'd rather have a look at the beautiful scenery. The weather is so beautiful today.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Yeah, I'd
Please
rather.
don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Right. It's cool enough here, guys. So what we're going to do, APU off, external power is connected. The seatbelt signs remain off until we are refueled. So there we go. Now, what we do in real life, obviously, again, we look at the briefing package. So we finished our previous flight, meaning that the first officer would have done all the things in his duty to, you know, note down the times. So takeoff, off block, takeoff, landing on blocks, remaining fuel. There we go. So there's MEN again. As a captain, I make sure that I finish everything regarding the tactical logbook. If there's anything that broke down, then I would take care of that, call maintenance if necessary, look for the MEL, blah blah blah, and then do everything there. And then once that's finished, we'll look at the new flight plan, and it's the same procedure. We check the weather, NOTAMs, decide on the fuel that we want to take. So Girona is 110 at 3, fuel 3,500, 18 degrees. And we may get some fog, actually, broom and fog. So we may need to take some extra fuel. And the alternate is Barcelona. The weather there is fine. Forecast, yeah, forecast has no threats, so that's fine. Right, Innsbruck still good here. So fuel, assuming NOTAMs is all clean, nothing there. Hour 28 flight time. Yeah, we'll take a bit extra fuel, so 800 kilograms. So 5.6 is takeoff fuel. Let's take 200 taxi fuel, so 5.8 is our block fuel.
Use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
And bust the tower, no. So let's do real time. You gotta love it. Cool. So let's assume that the captain here did the flight into Innsbruck, and the first officer would be then is do the preparations then for the flight as pilot flying, and me as captain would then go outside to the outside check. It's beautiful weather, so obviously I would do that here. McChester says what you could do: request a visual departure to Breno. That would imply make a visual left turn after 26 departure and join the Viptal to the south. That's a really good idea, actually. Now, I have put that into my briefing file, I'm pretty sure, but the visual departure, is that here published on Navigraph as well? MCK, I don't know. Normally not, no. In real life, the FO would normally... Okay, it's not published here. I think I have... Because V55 sent me that. Let me just check the file for that. Let me see. Let me find his name. Yeah, I'm trying to find the conversation we had on Discord.
Easy 48 Delta Foxtrot, contact radar.
Is it on the Discord? Not Discord.
128,975.
Yeah, McChester, but I need to know the procedure. Is it on your VATSIM website, maybe?
Inspector, hello, Ocean 3 Bravo Alpha, localizer Romeo 26. Ocean 3 Bravo Alpha, good evening, continue. Continue, 3 Bravo Alpha. Speedbird 33, vacate. Speedbird 33, welcome to Innsbruck, to the apron via Alpha, stand of choice, goodbye. Apron Alpha, standard choice, Speedbird 33.
Yeah, just some basic infos will be fine. Hey, it's interesting. I can't find his conversation anymore on Discord. But maybe I have it in my briefing package as well. So I'm going to go to my Discord channel, subscriber files. Let's have a look under pinned messages.
Entry before, wind calm, runway 26, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 26.
Oh, there's MAN. Hang on.
Oh, good evening. Passagier 5 to Yankee, good evening. Info Zulu, Girona, via the Breno 3 Hotel, just 26.
Yeah, MAN, all eyes on you. We're going to watch you landing. No pressure. So while I look for the file here.
Passagier 5 to Yankee, correct. Passenger 4 Mike Tango, servus, continue approach.
Continue approach, Lufthansa 4 Mike Tango.
Edelweiss 1-4 on static noise only, unreadable.
My apologies, Edelweiss 1-4, request clearance IFR to Vienna with Zulu.
Edelweiss 1-4, cleared to Wien, Ratzenberg 1 Romeo, out of 26, initially climb level 160, squawk 1000.
So there's the PDF file.
Ratzenberg 1 Alpha, SID, climb 160 and squawk 1000, Edelweiss 1-4.
Confirm Ratzenberg 1 Romeo.
Ah, there we go. Oh, that's visual
Ratzenberg
separation.
1, yeah,
No, so obviously they wouldn't publish these things, I guess, because they're pretty much unofficial here. Can you create your own GSX stands? Well, you can set some things in there. Yeah, you can. There's a video or several videos on YouTube how to do that. Yeah, Michael, so what we're discussing now to help the controller is depart 26 and then do a visual departure to Breno. What that implies is that visually you keep clear of the obstacles, so mountains, power lines, towers, etc., etc., and get you on your way to Breno. That really saves on track miles as well. Exactly, Michael. There we go. And there we go. GG's.
Edelweiss 1-4, request
Well done, MEN. That was a tough one, wasn't it?
Edelweiss 1-4, confirm requesting startup.
So,
Edelweiss 1-4, startup is approved.
fuel is finished.
Roger.
Has he gone?
Eurowing 74, hello, localizer.
Yeah, he's gone as well. So let's start boarding.
Eurowing 74, good evening.
GSX.
Continue.
Request boarding.
requested.
Passenger 3 Bravo Alpha, expect name clearance, wind calm. Papa.
Cool. Good. Let's quickly go through the preparations then. So we've done that. Flight number is
Running 74, affirmative. A320 Bravo Alpha, wind calm, runway 260 flat.
windmill 71 Bravo. Put that in there. Cost the next is 5.
Welcome to Innsbruck, to the airport via Alpha, set of choice.
Actually, it's 10.
To the airport via Alpha, stand of choice.
It's 10 this time. So there we go. Level 370. And temperature up there is minus 54.
Crew loss is coming.
Right, temperature 11. And zero fuel weight is 58.1. Expected 58.1. And the fuel is 5.8. And that is already inserted. All set to Barcelona. It's not very far. It's 900 kilograms on the flight plan.
Edelweiss 14, request taxi.
And so wind request.
Edelweiss 14, taxiing point 26 via Bravo.
So 900 kilograms. Actually, no, it's 700 only.
55 Bravo, Kinetic 1.
That's not a lot really, but we'll put that in so that the figures match up. 1.2 final fuel. Wind uplink is fine.
Lufthansa 4 Mike Tango, wind calm, runway 26, clear to land.
Captain Lufthansa 4 Mike Tango.
A320 Bravo Alpha, welcome to Innsbruck, to the airport by Alpha, set of choice, goodbye.
So that's the routing today over Milano, past Marseille, and here is Girona.
Anytime.
Right, and there's Barcelona. So you can see if you divert from Girona to Barcelona, it's not very far.
A320 Mike Tango.
So you don't need that much
continue.
fuel.
Continue.
So that's all good. Right, Innsbruck.
Any chance for
So for the SID departure. Now, if we look at the Breno 3 hotel departure, it's initially the same. So we climb, I guess, 3,100. Nice sharp left turn. So visually, 1.2 Oscar Echo Victor. 272 outbound until 3.3. Turn visually left, 160 knots, 25-degree bank. And then go 180 degrees outbound from Innsbruck to Breno. Right, so it's visually... And you just climb up fast enough so that visually at some point you can go direct to Breno. That's how I would fly it. You still don't have the iPad? Where? Where? In the PMDG 737? Or the FS Labs? Not exactly sure what sim you mean. So, Girona. We've never been to Girona in the streams, I'm pretty sure. And I've never been there in real life. I know that we take this airport as our alternate airport, but I've never been here, neither in real life nor in the sim. It's a Ryanair station, isn't it? A Ryanair base.
Edelweiss 14, line up to 6.
The arrival is 3 kilo. Bagur 3 kilo.
4 Mike Tango, taxi to the airport via
Hey
Alpha.
Lilo, thank you so much for the raid. 17 people coming in here from Fly Lilo stream. Lilo, I hope you had a good stream.
Your
Edelweiss
crew
14,
passenger loss is
wind
coming.
calm, cleared for immediate takeoff.
And that would be though for landing runway 01.
Eurowings 74, expect late landing clearance 1 departure ahead.
Yeah, exactly. So Girona is Ryanair's Barcelona airport. Yeah. So let me just check the weather at Girona. Variable 1 knot. So we may have 2 options there. We'll see. We may do a visual approach. We'll see what we do once we approach there. ATIS Alpha right now. Connection still 1020, 11 degrees. All fine. Cool. Alrighty. So we continue now with the flight planning. So what we'll do, guys, we're going to go ahead and just go with departure 26. Insert. No departure route. So visually to Breno and then the flight planned route. And we're going to go with initially ILS.
Eurowings 74, wind calm, runway 26.
Actually, no, VOR approach, isn't it then? Yeah, let's do VOR 01. with the Bravo Golf Romeo 3 Kilo and approach via.
Passengers boarding starting.
128.975 in the last one.
You did Stuttgart to Paris. Nice. How was it? How was the weather? So the VR01 means we go via Oketa, it seems like. Yeah, via Oketa. There we go. Insert. Let's check the routing again. Hey, Brenold! How are you doing? Hope you had a great weekend. Yeah, all inserted. Fantastic. Cool. So secondary, copy active. We'll do a return to Innsbruck if anything goes wrong. But we would keep in mind here that we have Salzburg, Munich nearby, just in case. No start, no via. Fantastic, cool. All right, performance. Oh, nice. Passengers are boarding. That's a nice picture. Love it. Yeah, next stream is going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to go to Podgorica. Is it Podgorica? Lima Yankee Papa Delta. 26. Paps on. Sync the weather.
74, welcome to Innsbruck to the airport via Alpha.
And it has a beautiful approach, circling approach. Podgorica. No, Podgorica. Yeah, so Podgorica has a beautiful, beautiful circling approach. I'm sure we've done it at some point. Oh yeah, Innsbruck, guys. Innsbruck, we do want to calculate a intersection takeoff if we are able. And that is intersection Bravo. That really helps the controller, so we don't have to backtrack. But it's only 1,600 meters. But today, oh, flaps 1. Guys, I don't know. Do you guys really think we could do that? 65 tons. I have my doubts. I have my doubts. With 50 flex, flaps 1. Yeah, that's one thing. The performance. But MCK is correct. Exactly. So MCK is absolutely correct that here, today, it does make really a lot of sense to use config 2 on departure. The reason being is that you have the maneuvering margin in case of engine failure to do more than 15 degrees bank. Because if you only go flaps 1, we are going to be below 193 knots in a turn, meaning we're below maneuvering speed for flaps 1, and so we'll be limited to 15 degrees bank angle. So definitely config 2. Anyhow, now I would have expected that to be the normal flap setting here in the FENIX anyhow, or maybe even config 3. Yeah, so those values make a lot more sense. And look at that. Huh? Excuse me? Now it's giving us Toga power. What?
Alpha 9 Lima Foxtrot, Innsbruck, ready check.
Huh?
Alpha 9 Lima Foxtrot, Roger, continue approach. Austin 5 Papa Mike.
Hey, that's McChester. On the... I'm confused. That does not make much sense.
We just took over after the Ethernet connection of the controllers in May was suddenly interrupted. Confirm you already have your landing clearance?
Oh, McChester has done some emergency
Dankeschön. Austrian 3, 5 Papa, turn
backup.
Left
Nice.
heading 230, cleared localizer.
Alright, we'll take Toga power, then flaps 2. I'm a lot happier with that setting, to be fair. Toga power it is.
Austrian 3, 5 Papa.
So 124, 135,
Delta Echo Sierra
135.
Golf Sierra, Innsbruck. Delta Echo Sierra Golf Sierra.
How come nobody's hearing him? And Windmill 71 Bravo can hear you.
Austrian 693 V25.
Nah.
Austrian 35 Papa, Innsbruck, ready check.
No, Michael, the problem is that flaps 1 gives us a flex of 50 and then config 2
Austrian 35 Papa,
gives us
Innsbruck,
toga
ready check.
power. It doesn't make sense. I mean,
Passengers boarding starting.
right. We'll do though. I'll take up your suggestion, Michael. So we do packs off takeoff, meaning we're going to have the APU on the bleed system, so or the packs on the APU bleed. Hey Stewie, how you doing? So definitely going to have the packs off for takeoff then. There you go.
Turning right, 060.
That's still toga power required. Flaps 2, 24, 35, 35.
Austrian 5 Papa Michael, kommen Innsbruck. Stand of choice bei Alpha, wieder an.
There we go. And down 0.2, 300 meter shift.
Runway 26 clear to land. Winds currently not available. Call it back short.
Cool, that's it. So let's go to there. And let's look at Innsbruck. We got NDP 1.
About 2 minutes. I'm just taking over out of nowhere here.
3410 and 4910.
On the profile.
And engine out acceleration, it says 4,500. And we're going to have a special procedure. So we're going to fly 2.5 Oscar Echo Victor right turn Whiskey India 006. So it's a really kind of different engine out procedure.
Auto 782 turn left heading 240.
So first of all, tracking 258 until about 2 miles. So 2.5. Let's do 2 miles. Oscar Echo Victor.
Also in 35 Papa, descent 9,500 feet.
So so just after that 2 mile radius there, just after that, we'll go right to Whiskey India 006. There. And then it's a left turn.
The station calling before 4 stars.
Actually, no, that's Whiskey India 007.
Golf Charlie Alpha Whiskey Mike, startup approved, cleared to Amsterdam, Mach D 3.
And then from there, it's left turn again, Whiskey India 006, and then Whiskey India 005. So we'll do that later then. So initially, let's have a look here.
Golf Whiskey Mike, read the correct, startup is approved.
Okay, so here you can see all those waypoints. So out to 2.5 miles, then we go this way, and you can see it's in the valley. Well, I can't see it yet, but later on you will see that being in the valley. So all the way there, and then maybe visually, we'll see. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so outbound to that 2.5 miles, right turn 006, 007, and so on. Cool.
Auto 3 Papa to right heading 180.
Turning right, 180, Auto 3 Papa.
Let's start the
The
APU.
Austrian 693 calling.
Wow, they're so busy. It's incredible. Boarding completed. But not quite the GSX yet, is it? Oh, it is. Nice. Everything's finished. That means we should have a final load sheet. Let's have a look here.
Clears to Girona via the Renault 3 hotel departure. Initially, flight level 160, squawk 4662, Austrian 6.
I mean, it's already getting his clearance. GG's.
Roger, Alpha
GG.
35 Papa, cancel the heading, continue heading 080.
So that's preliminary though. That's not finished yet.
Continuing on heading
What time is it? Oh, it's still a bit early.
Austin 782, descend 9,500 feet, turn left by 10
All right,
degrees.
let's do the briefing in the meantime. So we are departing 26 visual to Breno.
Austin 908,
The first altitude we'll get from ATC, that's unconfirmed yet. And the sector is very high. Mountains all... Yeah, it's Manchester controlling now, A-firm.
Alpha 9 Fox, wunderschönen guten Tag. Wir kommen in Innsbruck, stand of choice via Alpha. Auf Wiederhören.
Yeah, so we can see it's very high. 14.2, 11.6, 10.3. So definitely today, eyes peeled outside, make sure we don't hit any mountains. And the extra fuel is about 800 kilograms in Girona. Taxi out, hotspots. We're going to be careful. It's a very tight apron. And we are expecting to do intersection takeoff out of Bravo with Toga power. AOSIT, we've briefed that already. Return for the localizer DME26 or visual approach, depending on what we want to do. Or maybe divert to Salzburg. So lots of options that we could do. Threats, high terrain, fatigue, and lots of traffic. And maybe VFR traffic as well. That will be my risks for today.
160, squawk 4673.
Bristol Monty 3 Hotel, flight level 160, squawk 4673, request start level 2071.
Read the correct start is approved.
Oh wow, he's doing everything now.
Report ready for taxi.
Well, he's a pro, you can hear that in his voice. And Innsbruck, hello from Windmill 71 Bravo, ready to copy clearance and expecting the visual to Breno.
Continuing right turn, heading 230, and cleared for the localizer DME East approach. Austrian 35 Papa.
Windmill 71 Bravo, lovely good evening, go ahead.
Windmill 71 Bravo, information Yankee is received requesting clearance to Girona, and we able the visual via Breno.
Windmill 71 Bravo, roger. Cleared Breno 3 hotel departure to Girona. Climb initially 160, squawk 4671, and expect visual departure.
Okay, expecting visual departure, but initially Breno 3 hotel, climb via the departure, level 160, squawk 4671, Windmill 71 Bravo.
Windmill 71 Bravo, read that correct.
Alrighty, so let's dial in the code here, 4671. Let's turn that on. And up level 160.
Austin 35 Papa, speed 180 knots.
But I'm initially going to put in the 3 hotel.
180 knots, Austrian 35 Papa.
Just in case. Departure. Let's do...
Delta Whiskey Mike, wind is now available apparently. Yeah, the wind is calm, runway 26, cleared for takeoff and backtrack.
Hey, Coffee Color, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid.
Is that for Alpha Whiskey Mike?
Right, something's broken
Mike,
here.
runway 26, cleared for takeoff, wind is calm, backtrack is approved.
Right, we'll take notes here. Hope you had a great stream. Thank you so much for joining, guys. And we are just about to depart out of Innsbruck. Got the final load sheet, got the clearance. And we're flying to Girona. It's a new scenery there. From RD presets. No, that's all fine. Wind is inserted. Yeah, no, that's not the issue. So all fine on that side. Thank you, MCK, for the shout out. So, we'll do the weights now. So 58 tons, 100 kilograms less than expected. The trim 31.5 as the fuel weight. 5.8 block fuel. Don't worry about that. That'll go back to normal up on departure. And the MSC is 30, giving us a roundabout down 0.2. Correctly set. Cockpit preparation checklist. We have gear pins, covers removed. Fuel quantity is 5,820 kilograms balanced.
Austrian 782 maintains speed
Seatbelts
180
on,
knots until
80ers.
6 miles.
Nav. Then we've got Barbaro Ref QH 1020 is set. And that's the cockpit preparation checklist completed. That's on before start checklist. Parking brake is set. Takeoff speed thrust.
Walker 2071, taxi holding
B1
point
124,
runway
VR 135,
26 via Bravo QNH
and B2 135,
1020.
and we have Toga power. Windows closed. Beacon on before start checklist completed. Windmill 71 Bravo requesting push and start, please.
Windmill 711 able for left turn out of the parking position.
A firm, Windmill 71 Bravo.
Windmill 71 Bravo, Roger, startup is approved, report ready for taxi.
So approved, call you ready for taxi, Windmill 71 Bravo. Right, so he says, he asked without pushback, that helps him. So what we'll do, guys, we're just going to start up and then do a left turn out. It's a lot easier that way, no pushback required.
Bravo 538 confirmed, you already have your clearance?
We already got our clearance, I'm thinking.
So all I do now is just...
lovely Transavia 5 to Yankee...
is restart
okay,
Quattro.
stand by, call it back shortly.
Get rid of that. Cool. Good. We get rid of the ground services. All set, so I would call in the
5 to Yankee, just once again, were you able
ramp
for
agent,
taxi already
ask him,
for
engines clear to start. He would say, engines are clear to start.
So Transavia 5 to Yankee, startup is approved, report ready.
Good
for
start
taxi.
pressure, engine to start.
And Innsbruck, 5, excuse me, Golf Charlie, excuse me, yeah, Golf Charlie Alpha with Mike, climbing through 4,000 to flight level 160.
Austrian 782,
Hey Rusty,
wind calm,
looking forward to the new
clear to
Girona
left.
scenery. It's a nice city. They filmed stuff, Game of Thrones and part. Oh, nice. Yeah, Rusty, whatever you want to see,
4,500
just let me know.
Anytime visual direct to Kempton, Kilo Papa Tango is approved.
For us, it's engine 2 because of the yellow system.
Papa Tango is approved for Golf with Mike.
Walker 2071, departure in 4 minutes.
Yeah, so pressure yellow hydraulic system. Right, good engine start, engine 1 start. Oh my god, MCK. So the FMS1, the old ones, are Honeywell CRTs. You cannot get Thales S7A on F. Man, I honestly don't know if at any time they had that software on the old ones. I would not know. I can't remember ever having or ever seeing that, and I came to the A320 fleet about 10 years ago. But no, I don't recall that combination. Can you explain the CG chart?
Walker 2071, backtrack required or without backtrack able?
So,
Backtrack Walker 207.
it's fairly simple. That is your center, your actual center of gravity here, right? You have your CG limits for zero fuel weight. That's the inner box here, the solid line. So that's all the weight of the aircraft except fuel. Right? That's interesting when you burn fuel. You need to make sure that once all the fuel is burned, you're still within those limits here. So the maximum zero fuel weight, that upper limit is 61 tons. Then you have your max landing weight line. That's this one here at 64.5 tons. There may be some other Airbus that have, let's say, 67 tons max landing weight or whatever, but 64.5 is pretty much what you'll most often find as a max landing weight. That's this line here. So you can see right now we're already actually below the max landing weight as we speak at 63.8.
Also 35 Papa, my apologies.
That
Reduce
dashed
final
line here is the max takeoff weight, 73.5 tons here in this variant. And that again is the envelope for the takeoff limits. So you have your center of gravity up here. So depending on where your center of gravity is, you have weight limits. So just make sure that for takeoff, that again is within the dashed box. All right. And that's the weight here on this side. That's all there is to say to this. Good, let's do the after start flows. Engine is started successfully. That goes back to 0. APU. Oh, actually, no, disregard. APU on. Oh man, we're gonna leave the APU running because of the packless take or the bleedless takeoff.
782.
Good. Then we do trim, flight control check, full up, full down, neutral.
Also in 35
full
Papa,
left,
the preceding traffic
full
is now
right,
stationary
neutral,
on the threshold. Kindly
left,
ignore the traffic.
right,
Also
neutral,
in
after
35
start
Papa,
checklist, anti-ice off.
runway 26, clear to
Ecam
left.
status checked. Pitch trim is 20, actually 30% set, and the rudder trim is neutral. Windmill 7 Bravo, request taxi, Able Bravo intersection.
Sporty today, are we? Windmill 7 Bravo, taxi holding point, runway 26 via Bravo, QNH 1020.
QNH 1020, and we'll taxi runway 26 via Bravo, Windmill 7 Bravo.
Walker 2071, do you have the Airbus A320 Neo on short final runway 26 inside? Walker 207 walk behind landing Airbus A320 Neo, line up and back to runway 26 and wait behind. Be advised, there is an aircraft on the threshold on the turning pad runway 26 where he's not disconnecting. Kindly ignore the traffic.
Thanks, we can see another bad day. Behind the arriving A320 Neo, we'll line up backtrack behind.
How bad is this day?
It's busy, 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 busy.
Alpha Walker 2071, you've logged out. How bad is this day? Golf Whiskey Mike, Unicom 122.8, enjoy your flight.
What kind of a livery is that?
Golf Whiskey Mike, Unicom 122.8,
Oh,
enjoy your flight.
that's the traffic he was talking about. That's a Walker. That's interesting livery. Look at that traffic there.
Austrian 693, stand by for pushback, call back.
That's some
KLM
specials.
696, so 9 push and start
Lol.
facing east.
Facing east for KLM 696.
Taxi checklist. Flight controls checked. Flap setting. Config 2.
Transavia 52,
Radar predict which system on auto.
1020.
Engine mode selector normal and Ecam takeoff no blue. MCK says you flew the Bravo November to Munich, ex-Austria.
Windmill 71 Bravo, if you have the time, could you kindly show me the kind of incident we're having on the turning pad?
Currently, the aircraft has just disappeared as you were calling me, Windmill 71 Bravo.
I just got a glimpse from him just in this very second, thank you very much.
So we're going to hold short here. We dial for the brightness.
Aus 35 Papa, herzlich willkommen in Innsbruck, Taxi.
I will need to check my old pictures if I find them, MCK, but again, I can't recall.
Thank you.
I can't recall any of that.
Runway via Alpha and
Look at the scenery, isn't that beautiful?
Papa, thank you, well done.
That is just so nice.
Walker 2071, wind calm, runway 26, clear to takeoff.
Guys, anybody know what's Walker? What's a Walker livery? Is that a private company?
693, push and start is approved, facing east.
No, it's 2012 MCK.
Windmill 71 Bravo, behind departing Walker, Airbus A320 Neo, line up runway 26 and wait behind.
Via Bravo, we line up behind departing traffic, runway 26 and wait behind. Windmill 7 Bravo. There he is, departing. Oh, it's a virtual airline. Ah, that's why I didn't see that before. How to join VATSIM? Grand Daniel. You get a account at VATSIM. It's free. Cabin crew prepare for departure. The approach sector is clear. And then we have
Windmill
the
71 Bravo, visual departure to Breno is approved. Wind calm, runway 26, cleared for takeoff.
visual departure Breno. Thank you much. Runway 26 cleared for takeoff. Windmill 71 Bravo.
Walker 20
So we have
radar
intersection
contact 3000 feet,
Bravo,
continue
runway
climb pattern
26,
160.
PAX are
Anytime
on a
visual
Q
direct
bleed,
to Kilo
alright?
Papa Tango is approved.
Thanks, visual track, Kilo Papa Tango, climb flight level 160, altitude checks, walk 2071.
There we go. We are ready to go.
Consalia 5 to Yankee, backtrack.
Chrono on.
Consalia 5 to Yankee, behind departing windmill levels A320.
Toga
line up
power
and back to
takeoff.
runway 26 and wait behind.
Mantoga, SRS, auto thrust, blue, thrust set. Here we go. $100 knots. You see what I mean? There's the end of the runway. How on earth would a V1? How on earth would a flaps 1 departure with 50 flex work here? No way. We're just about making a positive climb. Gear up. We just made it. Flaps 2. Yeah, never ever would we have made that.
Consalia 5 to Yankee, departure in 2 minutes.
So max climb, but continue with the climb rate that we have.
Windmill 71 Bravo, radar contact 3,400 feet.
That's copied. Windmill 71 Bravo. Turning left to visual Breno. Right, flight director's off for now.
Yeah, call you with the important flight.
Copied.
Papa, danke dir, schönen Abend, ciao, ciao.
Right, we're gonna go climb power here. Oh, disregard. What on earth? Right, disregard.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Disregard. Visual departure.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Yeah, climb power is set.
Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up. Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Yeah, keep your hat on. It's a visual
Consalia
departure.
5 to Yankee, initially follow the Breno 3 hotel departure. Wind calm, runway 26, cleared for takeoff.
Yeah, auto thrust off. I honestly, I have no idea what happened. I would need to watch the replay because it makes no sense that the aircraft goes into speed mode. Flaps 1, speed is check, flaps 1. So we're going to fly visually around this mountain here. And then Breno is in the valley. And we just keep separated from the terrain ourselves here. Hey, pizza players, how you doing? Nice to see you. Right, 10,000.
Bravo.
Go ahead.
Windmill 71 Bravo, straight ahead, there should be the Bergisel ski jumping hill right now, and to your, let's say, 1 o'clock, the Europe Bridge, one very large bridge spanning the Vital from east to west.
We're looking out. We can see the ski jump, and we'll have a look for the rest. Flaps 0, speed is check,
radar
flaps 0.
contact passing 5,200 feet. Consalia 5 to Yankee, traffic information, Airbus A320.
Something
at
went
11 o'clock
really
position,
wrong, guys. I have no
miles,
idea what happened with
almost
the
same direction, 3,000 feet above.
FMS.
So report traffic
Blimey. Yeah, let's do that.
Consalia 5 to Yankee, roger, visual to Breno is approved. Keep visual separation
So-
to preceding traffic, stop climb flight level 150.
Visual to Breno approved and visual separation to the Innsbruck. Call stop 150.
Walker 201, question 2071, Unicom 122.8, enjoy your flight, goodbye.
122.8, many thanks, 12071, goodbye.
So thrust climb, open climb, out blue, 16,000. And then we're going to go direct to Breno now. Nah. Look at that. Alright, so clearing all the mountains now. We can go to Breno.
Machen wir Bravo draußen auf den 693 line-up runway 26.
Transition, set standard, standard cross-check. Passing 105, now checked. So, right, APU is still running, so what we're going to do is switch off the APU bleed. We check that the normal bleed system takes over. For the packs, it has done so. APU off. Lights off.
All stations on this frequency, Innsbruck is about to close in the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh, there's a bridge. That was the bridge Chester was referring to. And Gresling, hey, moin moin, how you doing? Spiros, thank you so much. It's not
Exactly,
always... It's not always that chaotic, I promise you. My FMS has just completely taken a dump. Sorry for the language, but I don't know how else to describe this.
Windmill 71 Bravo traffic information. Apparently not really company, but still company. Transavia 737-700 at your 6 o'clock 4 miles has visual separation to you. Continue climb on Unicom und danke vielmals fürs Fliegen beim Final Jahr 2022. Bis zum nächsten Mal.
Okay, vielen Dank für den tollen Service wie immer. We go to Unicom 122.8. The traffic information is copied. We're increasing speed for the climb. Thank you. Take care. As always, Chester.
Transavia 52 Yankee separation to Windmill 7 Bravo is up to you. Unicom 122.8. Enjoy your flight, please.
One way, thank you, 5T.
Yeah, it is Chester. Yeah, he has a very distinctive voice, doesn't he? And from the amount of traffic he was handling, you can see that he's a pro. I mean, absolutely incredible. So that's one thing to do here. Transavia is right behind us. Oh no. Oh jeez, I just thought we had a game crash. Oh, don't do that, please. Right, Breno, now we have to do the following. Let's go secondary flight plan. But that's still the old one, so we can't copy anything. So from Breno, it's Mike 726. See if I can quickly enter that here. I thought so. So let's go heading at the moment, and the next waypoint after Breno is Ekpis. So we go direct. Ekpis. Insert. And let's climb further. We said 350. Let's do that with thrust climb, open climb, out blue 350. And from there, let's try again. Ekis Airways. Mike 726. I don't know, maybe Bruno or MCK can comment whether or not they've ever had this happen to them, that if you don't have a departure route in the FENIX, and you do a takeoff, it just kills the complete routing. I've never seen that before. So that's there, Naxaf. And then we do 984 until VAM2. That's something obviously that does not happen in real life. Imagine that happening to a real flight. Blimey. And that in the mountains, GG. So VAM2, Uniform Mike 984. Reset in the air. And not without my lawyer and my computer reset table. Uniform Mike 984. Come on. And then we go to Uniform November 975. 975. Divco. No, that should be Bisba. What's going on today? Right, VAM2. Uniform Mike 984 to Bisba. Well, the thing is, with the direct, I mean, we fired a flight plan on VATSIM, so, I mean, we're on Unicom, you should not really give yourself the directs. You can restart the flight. Well, that's a nice suggestion. So, Bravo Golf Romeo. I think we're getting there, guys. We're almost finished with the insertion here. And then we've got the arrival again. That is still in, though. That's interesting. So that's all fine. What on earth has happened there? Blimey. Yeah, it really lacks the Girona VOR. Let me just redo that. Let's do an ILS Zulu 19 and let's just re-enter that approach. So we want to have a VOR approach 01 and then approach via Oketa. I never even selected Girona VOR. I don't know where it got that from. Guys, that's weird. So that's what it should look like. Bravo Golf Romeo and then to Oketa and then from Oketa we do that arc and then so on. How weird. Yeah, something really went wrong with the FMS there. And this part is missing as well. The weight data is still inserted. That's all fine. It's just the routing that went completely haywire. Right. Alright, I'm just going to close the flight plan here. Try to get rid of all of these. There we go. So that's what we had originally. Anyway, that's what we had. So we're good now. What do you mean, Voyager? Regarding fuel check now, or with the routing being deleted? I mean, if the routing is deleted, well, you got an issue for sure. Ah, beautiful.
No, I already hit you. Press 0 then head to the
Rondon, you know a real-world A320 pilot who inserted a direct point in the ground before takeoff and it wiped all the performance. No, so what we didn't enter a direct to anything in the ground. So what we did was we had a departure runway and but no departure route because we got clearance visual to Brno. And so for some reason, as we passed 1500 feet, it just went, it just deleted everything. Which shouldn't happen. It should go into heading, vertical speed, so you still should be able to dial in something with the vertical mode. And it shouldn't go speed to, I don't know what speed it was commanding even, so it was really weird. Thank you much, Lilo. Take care. Have a great week. If you're wondering how much flight time we have remaining, I wonder the same. So the routing is closed. Yeah, something's really broken. So the routing is closed all the way, including missed approach. We have a distance. We don't have a time. The Transavia, I don't know. We're going pretty fast now. Actually, let's go back to manage speed. Oh, look at that. Yeah, something's really messed now. I guess the cruising level isn't inserted. Let me just check. Let's see. Cruising level. No, it is. There is a reset, MCK. I'm pretty sure there is a reset for the flight management guidance system. Let me just check my documents. Yeah, the thing is, you can try to resync them with CB reset. I'm pretty sure what you would do is switch off flight directors, pull the CBs, reset, and then it's a long time ago that I've done this, but I do remember that there is a procedure for it. Yeah. But that's weird because it's got everything inserted. The weights are there. We've got the cruising level. Let me re-enter the cruising level then. Let me just do something here. Yeah, now it's in climb phase. Let me see. Let me try. Ah, now the commander speed is correct. Ah, there we go. We're slowly getting there. And maybe, yeah, but now we have a calculation again for the landing time. So 10:10, so an hour 8 minutes. There we go. Got that. So it's these moments that you realize that the A320 is a computer aircraft. It really is. And we have a what's called a computer reset table, where we have the option sometime to do resets. Now, we would normally not even attempt a reset. Let's go 370. In flight, unless it's really necessary, because quite often these systems are so complex that if you start pulling circuit breakers, even though it says something like, let's have a look. So let's say it says, here we've got FMGC2 actually. Just found it instantly. That's funny. So whatever you have, you know, whatever system, you would think that, okay, that's just this system. No, it's not. So there may be some other systems below that. And I remember there was an accident at Airbus with an A340 where they were doing an engine run-up. So they had, I think, all 4 engines running up, and the parking brake was set, and they didn't have the flaps set, however. So when they put the thrust to Toga power, the warning computer said, hey, careful, careful, right? Bing, 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 red warning, that the flaps are not in takeoff config. And that warning is, of course, really loud, and it was annoying the engineers and the pilots that were doing the testing. And so one of the engineers looked for the circuit breaker for the warnings. So he started pulling circuit breakers. The problem was that the parking brake valve was actually linked to one of the CBs that he pulled. And so the parking brake released, and the aircraft was just leaping forward under the max power, being very light, and they had a blast wall ahead of them, and so they went straight into the blast wall, and I think 2 got killed in that accident. Yeah, so it's always like, you know, circuit breakers, be very careful, especially with fuel circuit breakers, flap circuit breakers, engine circuit breakers, right? You do not do any resets unless it's either a procedure that requires you to reset, or you do a computer reset table related reset. But again, very carefully, and you have to really consider all of the, you know, consequences, and then decide if you want to do that in flight or not. Hey, McChester, it was a pleasure as always, guys. You guys are so professional, so much fun, and it must have been a absolute busy event at Star. So, McChester, are you going to publish some figures on how many people took part? Because I think you did that the last time. It was the Etihad, yeah, exactly. Hawkeye, yeah, exactly that. Exactly, flight MT, yeah. Or flight MT, yeah. That was the one, yeah. Quite tragic. Well, if I understood, so Jensen, if I understand it correctly, the parking brake valve is electrically controlled. So this is a switch. You command something. It's not mechanically linked to the valve. It's actually a signal linkage, right? And so you lose the electric signal, the valve may open. I don't know, but that's somehow what happened, that the parking brake valve just opened on that. Okay, MCK, thanks. So he says a short reset of the FMG in flight is to set the flight director Oh, there we go. So my memory served me correctly then. So, yeah. So if it's the FMGC 1, you would put flight director 1 off. If it's number 2 off, and then it'll reset. Alright, so let's try that then. So let's go FMGC 2, flight director off, and then Mike 17, 121. Already saw that. So Mike 17, there it is. So we'll pull that. Start the chrono. How many seconds does it say, MCK? Because that's also important. 10 seconds. Map not available. Alright, 10 seconds are over. Let's reset that CB. In it goes. And normally, that takes a couple of seconds now to reset. And normally what happens is then you hear a triple click. Yeah, 1 minute. So you wait 1 minute now until you hopefully hear a triple click, signaling that the other system comes to life again. That's what happens to the real aircraft. I know, so Rondon, same for me. I was actually really surprised that this happened. Oh yeah, and there we go. So now that the FMGC 2 is being reset. Huh? I reset that. No, we did not. Disregard. Sorry. So, oh, there we go. That's quick. That was a quick reset. And there's no triple click. So then after 1 minute, you can switch on the flight director, and that's all good. Let's just check, make sure that all the circuit breakers are in now. Blimey, what did I press? It's hard to see sometimes if that's... No, that's in now. Oh my god, MCK, yeah, your fingers must be sore after typing that much. Thanks a lot. So, yeah, guys, so I can't show you the documents regarding computer resets, right? There's some things I'm not allowed to show. But yeah, that's in principle what happens. We have a list of possible computer resets in flight. There's systems that you don't touch in flight. So, for example, if you start messing about with flaps or slats CBs, you could risk locking them in place. So that's why you don't touch those. Same goes for That was not me. I did not touch those. What heck? What? There's lots of sea breeze popped. What is going on? What? What? Right, guys. This okay. So who hijacked my aircraft? Who's pulling circuit breakers here? Speak up. Who hacked into my aircraft? Bruno. I have no idea. MCK, I do not know why they would be tripped. I'm just scanning through the CBs and I saw some white collars and I thought, hang on. Why are those tripped? How weird. And the problem is, guys, the green ones are monitored, the black ones are not. Mark. FS2, I don't know. Well, that's spooky. Oh, overhead panel. Let's have a look at the overhead panel. Make sure that there's nothing blocked there either. Or popped, I should say. Nah, looks alright here. Is it really? But why? So have you read anything why it would be popping some circuit breakers? Voyager, good night to you. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Have a good Monday. Have you ever been in Russia in events? So I have been to Russian events in the past before before the current attack on Ukraine. So the thing is this: we keep out from political discussions here, right? So you know, everyone is welcome. If they're peaceful and they're in a good spirit, everyone here is welcome. Doesn't matter about your religion, your nationality, whatever. All in good mood and all in good spirit. It's all fine, and we keep out of any political discussions. So the problem I have at the moment, if I start joining a event on VATSIM in Russia, then 100% this is going to start some kind of discussion here on stream, and my moderators and me would have our hands full trying to get trying to get hold of that. So that's why I'm not joining any events which take place virtually in Russia at the moment. I'm not being disrespectful anyways, it's just to keep out of these discussions, that's all. I have friends in Russia, so again, they are still my friends, right? But again, we do not take it to the political level here, that's all. Exactly, V. Chris. How are you doing, V. Chris? Winter ops, for sure, we're going to have winter ops coming up soon, so no doubts. Right, sorry, yeah, so do you have any book recommendations to start learning all these amazing things while practicing on Microsoft? Do you mean like with the A320 in particular? So if you have an iPad, for example, there are some good iPad books I could recommend you, which have, system description, but not crazy deep, but good enough so you understand or get a good understanding of the general systems. You have lots of pictures in there, especially for the outside views, where all the different sensors are, the inlets, outlets, that sort of stuff. So if you're into that, I can give you some books there. No, that's actually, I don't need. Is it? Well, no, it's not removed before flight. It's used before flight, but not sponsored by them. No. Hey, Ricardo. It is, right? Yeah, Ricardo, this channel is about the passion of aviation. It's regarding passion of flying these great add-ons here on in the different sims. That's what the channel is. Yeah, okay, so I can let you know. Hang on, let me just get my iPad. Again, this is no advertising, guys. This is just for my personal studies that I have been using these books on. So on the Apple what's it called? Bookstore? Yeah, bookstore. It's called. There is one. Copyright. I don't know if I'm allowed to show pictures from that because of copyright things. But there's some great stuff there. Hang on, guys. Just quickly, just so you get an impression of what I'm talking about. So, so there, for example, if you click on these, highlighted areas, you get some more infos, right? Ground and yellow hydraulic access doors, for example. Main landing gear louver. Main landing gear door with aerodynamic hub fairing, etc., etc. So there's lots of stuff there. Portable water drain ports, antenna, the VHF2 antenna. Yeah, it gives you lots of stuff, infos, very interesting things. And that book is called. Let me just see. That book is called The Airbus A320, an advanced system guide. So that would be one book, for example, I would recommend. I have another one. Let's see. Although this goes more into the procedure. So this is called the A320. It's got lots of text in it as well. It's called the Airbus A320 Procedures Handbook. And it's got lots of pictures as well, lots of infos. Yeah, so those two I can definitely recommend. Here, for example, landing gear again, lots of infos. What is what? Yeah, air conditioning system. Yeah, it's the text as well. You know, again, you love that. You will enjoy that for sure. Yeah, there's some free stuff as well on the internet. MCK has already posted a link. So yeah, some quiz stuff. Yeah, you got lots of stuff you can do. Ha ha ha! Oi, cheeky. Right, Mark has forgotten that we're doing a shared flight soon. Mark, I've taken notes. You want to see? Right, I'm taking notes, Mark. Look. You see? Taking notes. Right, Mark. Failures. Right, failures. No, that's why I'm writing them down, Mark. That's why. So that I won't forget. I'll pin it to my wall. Line of sight. And I'll even get a red edding. Oh, actually, I do have a red highlight. Look. Look, Mark. Trust me. Right? Look. Failures. I can't read my own writing. Good point. Hawkey, well, you see where this is going. You can see where this is going. It will be very entertaining. You thought I was left-handed the first time when you saw my writing. Good God. Hey Woomer, how you doing? So you just noticed you have a loop deck on your desk. Have you ever discussed what do you recommend? Okay, so right. The one thing I can recommend is I have a Stream Deck as well. So on the Stream Deck, I'm not sponsored by them, right? I just use the Stream Deck. So here, for example, you can actually download on flightsim.to. You can download profiles for it's called LOWI axes and O's for whatever reason. I don't know why it's called that, but it's a connector where it connects your flight sim to the Stream Deck. And on flightsim.to you can download all of these presets. And it's crazy. So for example, for the FENIX, I can simply, and you don't have to program anything, it's all there. All the buttons, so all of the buttons you can see here, it's all downloadable. It's really easy to install, because if it weren't easy, I would not be able to do that. So trust me, this is actually really good. So have a look here. Magic. So here, see those light switches? Look at that. Right. Magic, right? What else do we have? Nav light. Look, it's all that. It's all set. Right, eCam. Let's have a look at the eCam here. Right, eCam. Look, eCam button. It opens up a new menu. Bleed pressure. Look at that. Door. Right, APU. Right, status. Right. If you're on the ground or ECAM. So on the ground, for example, what you can do, it has a button there. It says on ground and overhead. It has pre-selected all important buttons you need on the ground prior to departure, for example. So you can actually use all the so strobe lights, for example, here. You can do packs off, on and off, takeoff config test. You can start the APU, TCAS, for example. Look, I just switched off the TCAS just by the press of that button. See how it's moving? Let me try that. Hold on. So you said if you hold or, does it cycle? So in real life it would. Let me hold or. No, you have, no, it does not cycle then. No, that does not work. But like I said, I mean, yeah, you can play around with that. And here, Brenold, for you, Brenold, you can actually set different profiles. So I've got one profile for the Cessna 414. So it already has installed for me all of the switches, everything important for the Cessna 414. And I've installed something for the Garmin, even the Garmin 750. So when I'm flying an aircraft that has Garmin 750, I can use that menu here. Look at that. Look at all these buttons, pre-made. So that's something I can actually really recommend if you already own a Stream Deck. Make someone a nice Christmas present. Oh. Can you do GSX stuff? Harry, what you mean? You mean for the Stream Deck? Well, I mean, have a look on the website for flightsim.to. So if you go to flightsim.to and you search for Stream Deck, so if you go, just look for Stream Deck. Look what they offer you. So these are the presets I'm just talking about. So FENIX, G1000, TBM 930, PMDG 737. Again, all the buttons are there. All right. You've got the PMG DC6, CJ4, fly-by-wire, Cessna 414, CRJ, Kodiak. Yeah, again, it's just crazy. And all these buttons, all these animations, they're all there, downloadable. Someone has spent a lot of time making these. Oh, come on. There we go. Very nice. Really, really cool. Yeah, so Loop Deck. Okay, sorry. For the Loop Deck, I use that strictly for streaming. So I know that there's also profiles for the Loop Deck available, but I did not find them as intuitive and as good. Be aware, though, this tool, so it's called Axis and O's. Axis and O's. That does cost something. I think it costs around about 25 or 30 pounds. But you only need that once, and that's it. And like I said, you can connect all of your different sims. So here in the Microsoft Flight Sims, with all those Stream Deck presets. So there are Stream Deck profiles for GSX as well. Well, there we go. I haven't seen them yet, but. MAN, yes. So yes. So again, the Stream Deck does have that Axis and O's. Exactly that. Yes. But not Loop Deck. So Loop Deck strictly I use for streaming because the Loop Deck has these rotary buttons or rotary knobs which can adjust loudness settings, for example. All right. But that's just, so loop deck I have now for my streaming stuff. Yeah, it is. So I agree. Guys, this is something, it's not cheap, right? So if you want to use that, what just shown you, you need a Stream Deck XL. And yes, that does cost, what, 150 to 200 euros? It's not cheap, all right? It's just for those maybe that have the Stream Deck already, Stream Deck XL. But yeah, again, I'm not saying it's cheap, but if you have that, or maybe you do think about buying it because of the possibilities that are shown you. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that actually also works in DCS. Do I use reshade? Yes. Well, not reshade per se, but it's called NVIDIA Game Filter. So if you want to have a look at the difference between using it and not using it. So that what it looks like off. And that's with using it. So I have brightness, contrast, so I can do that. I've got sharpen, and I've got color. And there's lots of filters you can you can use. So, but those three I use here on Microsoft. MAN, so what I've just shown you, that goes with the flightsim.to. So the flightsim.to profiles are the ones that use that app. And it does tell you that as well. I'm going mad after landing with FG with at least on one flight director on. Speed should be not 200 knots. Okay. It's called Game Filter. Game Filter from NVIDIA, and you would need to install Game GeForce Experience. So GeForce Experience is required. And it doesn't work in X-Plane, for example. It only works in Microsoft Flight Sim here, not in P3D and not in X-Plane. It's the NVIDIA GeForce Game Filter. And there's a video on YouTube, if you're interested. There's a video on YouTube on how to set everything up. I can give you the link for that. Hang on. There we go. That's the link to the YouTube video. What kind of approach are you planning? Let me have a look at the weather, MAN, and then we'll decide. I would like to do something fun. I don't know, MCK. Those resets, MCK, I've only done on the ground, engines off. I've never done one in flight, if I remember correctly. Was my yeah, don't worry too much about the settings itself. So I do change that a little bit from time to time. Oh, so the FMGC done phase, okay, after landing, and then it goes into 100 knots. Select 100. I will need to check that next time. I mean, I flew a Neo last night, but I don't recall anything. Yeah, I understand, MCK. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a glitch. Who knows? Right, let's look at... ATIS is offline, obviously. Let's look at the METAR. No wind, so MAN, we can do anything you want for the approach. Shall we have a look what's interesting? So that would be pretty boring, wouldn't it? How about MAN? Are you ready for a challenge? Shall we do a? Let's pretend the glide slope is in up or something. Do a localized approach with the visual circling. I would do that to the east. How about it? Challenge accepted. Fire TMT, normally yes, but everything's working now. It's fine. Haha! You would go for VOR01. Okay, guys. So I'll do the circling, okay? I'll do the circling, and I will do the circling in 1,600 feet, which is about 1,100 above the ground, or the threshold. So 1,600. I'm tired as well, yeah, no doubt. I'm probably going to mess it up and then do a go around and then we'll fly something else. But, I mean, we're there to look at the scenery, aren't we? So, why not? Yeah, let's do that. So, we're going to go with flight plan arrival. Let's do the Zulu 19. And then we do approach via... What was it? Banol. Let's check that real quickly. There we go. So we'll do the ILS and then the circling. Hey Lee, welcome back. How you doing? So, circling procedure, let's do a quick recap on that. So, a circling approach is the visual part of an instrument approach to bring the aircraft into position for landing on a runway which is not suitable for a straight-in approach given the current weather conditions or other reasons. Other reasons today, training. You're a pro. When I'm not so tired, yeah, well, we'll manage. So, flight plan, select the approach, we've done that. Secondary flight plan, copy the active and revise the landing runway. Right, so... That's something we do later on then, where we activate the approach, the secondary flight plan. So let's copy the active and let's do the arrival then on just runway 01 later on. 01, no star and no via. So the secondary should give us a so secondary, let's go secondary flight plan, and yeah, that's fine. Then we'll do performance for the secondary as well, if that's working, of course. Wind is calme. Wind is calme. Temperature was backseat flying. No, so I'm still on YouTube. Okay, challenge accepted. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Yeah, so I'm still on YouTube. Everything, my main channel is still YouTube, and I just have people have asked me if I can dual stream on Twitch so that they can watch on Twitch because they don't like to watch on YouTube, and so that's all it is. I'm dual streaming then on Twitch. 18 degrees and 1018. 18 degrees. And no baro for that. So let's do performance. Oh, there we go. That's nice. So that was actually secondary performance. How cool is that? It does differentiate. That's cool. 1018. So later on, when we activate the secondary, it should have everything inserted. The minimum was, what did we say now for the circling? You can have lots of things or do lots of things with secondary flight plan. For example, when we depart, on departure, on the secondary flight plan page, we program a return plan in case we have to do a quick return to our departure airport. That would be one example. You could do a secondary flight plan for reroute. Have a pre-planned and then activate it. Or just like now, if you have two runways, for example, let's say you have 25 right, 25 left, you don't know which runway you're going to get. You can program mainly, let's say for 25 right, if you think that's highly likely, and then secondary you have 25 left. And if the controller later on says prepare for the ILS 25 left, just simply activate the secondary flight plan, and there you have everything already. So you're taking workload from a time where you are busy with the approach. You're taking that workload into an area where you have very little workload, like a cruise flight, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. So everything we're programming takes away high workload later on in the approach. That was 1600. While we are here, Ratnav, Girona, VR, Golf, India, Romeo. Cool. So how much longer do we have? We've got about 25, 26 minutes. Well, like plan B in life, exactly. Yeah, exactly like that. Good, so we've done that. Flying the instrument approach, the aircraft shall be flown at F speed in config 3 and landing gear down. Now that's normally when you are fairly low to the ground. If you're doing a pattern, let's say in 1500 feet. Good night, MCK. Bis zum nächsten, MCK. Take care. Thanks for all the inputs. Take care. Stay safe. Have a great week. So these approaches with config 3 gear down is literally like 600 feet, 800 feet above the ground. So very low. So that when you turn final, all you have to do is put the flaps to landing configuration and just concentrate on flying the aircraft. Today in 1600 feet, we're going to have 1100 feet above the ground. but we're still going to fly it with config 3 and landing it down, all right? So the idea is you come down on your instrument approach, you level off at the circling MDA, 1,600 feet for us today, and then at some point, 1 mile, 2 mile before the runway, you break off by 45 degrees, wings level, start a timer, 30 seconds. When those 30 seconds have elapsed, turn back to downwind heading. On the downwind leg, we activate the secondary flight plan. Abeam the threshold of the landing runway. We'll start the chrono. And then for every 100 feet above the ground, we'll have 3 seconds. So 1,100 feet means 33 seconds. Once that time elapses, we turn base and then concentrate on landing the aircraft. So that's the theory. All right. That's what we were planning to do. It's on my Discord, Nicolas, but I think it is currently for subscribers. Although on my website, Nicolas, on my website blackbox711.com, there should be under documents, documents, documents 320 procedures approach. Visual approach. No, it's just got visual approach there, not the circling. I need to talk to Senshai, see if we can insert the circling approach there as well, so that you can access that. In this case, so when you're low level, you do not do any subtraction for tailwind or headwind. Hey, Albatross, bonsoir. Yeah, Giftswerk, exactly, yeah. Do that to stay proficient. Lol, what on earth happened there? Okay. Well, that looked a bit weird. Zorro masked, yeah, like completely broken. Good. Anything else we need to do? Oh yeah, one thing I like to do is let me enter a fix. So we're going to take the runway 01. So that's the threshold, Girona 01. And what I want to do is I want to do an extended center line. So I want to go 194 degrees. And that way, later on, when we do the circling, I have a better visual cue here. So we'll come on the ILS, then break off to the east, to the circling, and I have a better visual cue to get onto the center line. Lee, yes, please, go ahead. And also, I want to put a 2-mile radius around that, because that will give me a nice kind of a beam or pattern kind of indication where I want to maneuver. In real life, yeah, go ahead. Diego, at the moment, I don't think so. At the moment, I think because of the fact that it's ProSim, which make their own cockpits hardware. Oh, the question is above, sorry. No, yes, I did. No, yes, I did, actually, Lee, I did. But early morning, it was dark. But if you want to ask me if taxiway Papa and then November 11 is closed, so that part from the bridge to Yeah, it's closed at the moment. That I can tell you. But if in case you're asking because you took pictures, yeah, probably not because it was dark. Good, let's start our descent. So here's our descent error. Let's go down. Yeah, I saw some of them on the Discord, yeah. Very nice pictures, absolutely. You have a funny story about November 11 Papa. Yeah, go ahead. Maybe I can laugh about it. Good, briefing. So we are doing the initially ILS 19, circle to land 01. Minimum or the circling pattern height is 1600. And the sector altitude is 4,600 in the east, 9,600 to the north, and to the west 7,700. Let me just get the approach chart. ILS 19 Zulu. And yeah, so 1600 is the minimum. Go around is as follows: climb on radial 195 degrees to 3,500. Left turn max to 20 knots back to Girona VOR. And then climb in the holding to 5,600 feet. Do not turn before passing runway 19 display threshold. If we get a missed approach in the circling, we'll continue outbound on the localizer until we get to 3,600 feet, and then we'll do a teardrop to return to the localizer. Oh yeah, Giftswerk, that's a good idea actually. Yeah, I like that idea. In real life, what reference do you use as a pilot to taxi following the center line? Well, pretty much so when I'm sitting like this and there's a taxi line, if I have the feeling it goes through my right leg, then the nose gear is on the center line. But that, of course, has to do with your seating position. That's in real life how I would do it. It's just practice also, Diego. So right now, I don't even think about, you know, how to get on center line. I just do it. And it's extremely accurate, actually, which is weird, but it does work. I am wondering, so Bargur, and then from there, what do we do after that? Oh yeah, that brings us to Banol. Okay, that's fine. That's alright. That's cool. Oh yeah, and also on the progress page, let me put the info again for the threshold, because that really helps with the final turn to make sure that we are on the right altitude, on the right path. There we go. There was a Condor 757 landing today, and they probably didn't brief. Text was closed, so they, as normal, they went Papa. Oh no! Oh really? They had to do a 360. Whoa. Okay. No, and they did work. And they stood there for 10-15 minutes. Ow, that's embarrassing. And then they were allowed to taxi onto 25 right. Oh, no, that's embarrassing. Yeah, never taking pictures as well. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a long aircraft. Yeah, absolutely. What else can we brief? Guidance. So what I'm going to do with the guidance, I am going to fly the approach with localizer flight path angle.
Black box.
Yeah, no worries, Brennald. Brennald, we'll talk about maybe doing a flight when the Kodiak with the floats comes out. Do a 1 or 2 legs on your new Alaska tour. And good night to you, Brennald. Have a great week. There's no video. Okay, well, they were lucky then. So, we are going to fly the approach in lock mode, flight path angle. Yeah, Brennald, yeah, we'll do that. I'll give you a shout regarding the exact date, okay? Level off 1600. We'll do that with flaps 3, gear down, go for the circling. Landing distance available. Runway 01. Dry runway 01. Apply METAR. Landing weight is 60 tons. Auto thrust off flaps full, auto brake medium. That's 1400. So we have 2400 available. We need 1600, and we want to exit the runway to the right at Echo 2. Yeah, so auto brake medium is fine. Echo 2 back to the apron, no hot spots. Special as well as a circling approach. Yeah, we have to be vigilant with the terrain, maneuvers, so make sure we don't go crazy on the descent rates, etc., etc. Preparations have been completed. We've got the center line in, the circle is in. Yeah. Should be good. Yeah, and we are go-around minded, okay, so that's something I would brief myself, or brief the first officer as well. We are go-around minded. Unless, of course, everything goes as planned and everything's stable, then we can land. But otherwise, we are, in principle, go-around minded. So there's no shame in admitting that you've done something not that in the optimum fashion, and that you go around and try again. Right, so transition is 70. There, we got the mainland coming in. Left breakout, Nicolas. So we're circling in the east of the airport. That's the plan. Well, often no, Nicolas, you would have to look at your approach chart. Here, it doesn't give you any infos, you know, not approved west, for example, or something. So here, theoretically, you could do both sides, unless it says something else anywhere in the AOI, for example, regarding visual approaches. But it seems like here you can do, yeah, both sides. There's some other charts for example, let's say there's an airport. Actually, let's try Lima Yankee Papa Delta. Oh, is it Golf? Lima Yankee Papa Golf. Yeah, that's where we want to go tomorrow. And they do have a circling as well. So let's go have a look at the approach here. So it has a special chart even for that, for the circling. Yeah. So it's got prescribed tracks. So literally you would only follow those tracks depending on your aircraft category. Again, just have a look again. Different approach charts you will find sometimes. It'll tell you that you cannot circle east or west or whatever, north, south. Yeah. So you don't always have a choice, no. Nanak says you have the same on a small plane, for example. So put the lines, a taxi line, on your right legs. Okay, there we go. So Nanak confirms that. If you want to see how to, taxi on the taxi center line. Right, cool. Let's get everybody strapped in. I want to have the lights on already, and we'll descend down to 4,500 feet on the QNH of so set QNH 1018 1018. Girona traffic, windmill 71 Bravo is currently approaching Bravo Golf Romeo VR. We're preparing for an ILS 19, circle to land 01 in Girona. Approach checklist. Barrow Ref is QNH 1018, seatbelts on, minimum Barrow 1,600 feet, auto brake, medium, engine mode selector, normal, approach checklist completed. Lovely coastline here, isn't it? Look at that. Brilliant. 20 miles to go. 6,000 feet to lose. Yeah, should be alright. LS keys on. You got to remind me that we need to activate the secondary flight plan on the downwind leg. Very important. Thrust idle. I'm going to go with open descent here. Thrust idle, open descent. Selected speed. Activate the approach phase. And there we have it. India Golf November ILS is identified. Yeah, so don't make it too sporty. It's a challenging approach. And there you can see some of the terrain around there. I guess the airport is somewhere in here. And again, I've never been here. In real life, I would not do a visual approach, obviously. If I haven't been to an airport and not familiar with the surroundings and the airport itself, I would not do a visual approach in real life. I would not be allowed to. Girona traffic, windmill 71 Bravo is inbound to Banol, and we're planning for the ILS 19 Zulu with a circle to land 01. Man, if Microsoft and Asobo, especially Asobo, would get some stuff fixed, weather radar wise, you know, weather returns, aerodynamics, inertia, ground friction, man, it would be such a good simulator. It would be so brilliant. Hey, Polaka, you can't wait for the ATR. Do you know when it's coming out? Is there any news on that? Flaps 1, speed is checked. Flaps 1. Do you think it's still a long way to go? Okay, with all the physics, yeah. But Giftswerk, didn't they hire someone, some expert apparently, to help with the programming? And Polaka says, last news said this year to be expected. Okay, nice. It's not that much longer then. I mean, this year is it's almost Christmas already, so. So let's go down 3,600 feet. And then the final intercept is out of 2,500. I know, Lee, right? I told you. I always warn people it's Christmas soon. Flaps 2, speed is checked, flaps 2. Yeah, so for me, so Sebastian, of course, there's a lot of people that don't really care about these things with flight physics, etc. You know, they're happy that they can fly some add-on, and you know, they're not really too fussed about that stuff. But here's Lock Blue. The hardcore simmers, so the more experienced flight simmers, yeah, we are a little bit more picky when it comes to that. Right, let's look at some of the scenery here. Beautiful, like it. What? I don't know where. That was far away, wasn't it? Girona traffic, windmill 71 Bravos, turning final 19, circle to land 01 in Girona. Giftswerk. Oh god, Lockstar. Are you serious? No, you've got a kappa there. Thank God for that. Right, I can see the runway there. I'm going to put speed managed. Starting to slow down here. What I'm going to do now, actually, I'm going to go already on flat track flight path angle. I'm going to set the 3 degrees. And then I'm going to dial in the 1600 feet. Because we are on the right low glide slope already, so... There we go. Yeah, 3 degrees. Yeah, that's a ground friction stuff, isn't it? Quick recap, 45 seconds left brake off, 30 seconds with wings level, back to downwind heading, which should be 194. Is it 114? Yeah, 194. So 014 is inbound later on. Right. Just going to check one more time. We don't have tower here, so let me just refresh the METAR.
2,500.
Is checked. It's coming down. All lights on. Okay, so final fix, 2,500, all still correct. Flaps 3, speed is checked. Flaps 3, so that's our config for the circling. I've got the runway inside. Initially I'm going to put speed 140. And then on downwind, we'll activate the secondary flight plan. And that way we can use the managed speed mode. Look at that, nicely on localizer, on glide path, and there's the airport. So there's a bit terrain to the west, a bit terrain to the east, and there's Girona. Is that downtown here? I've never been here, so yeah. You get the joystick. Here we go. Menu flight. So putting that to track. So I can put that to 150 already. 45 degrees. Or 149. Flight director's off, bird is on. 1600. I'll leave the speed mode in for now. Oh no, I'm not. Manual thrust.
100 above.
Yeah, runway's inside. It's going to take a lot of power now, leveling off. Just continuing a little bit more towards the field. To get into the pattern here. 33 seconds outbound. What? Hang on. Right, let's start the circling here. Off we go. Bit fast.
100 above.
Good. Secondary flight plan. Get ready for that.
100 above.
A bit slow in the turn. I should turn a bit faster, actually. 25-degree bank. Here comes 150 on the heading. Start chrono. Wings level. 30 seconds. That'll take us round about 2 miles offset. 13 seconds. There's the airfield. There's the tower. 23, 24, 25. And look at that. That circle, 2 miles, 30 seconds. Back to the track. Oops, not too much. And we're going to activate the secondary flight plan in a minute. Activate secondary speed managed. And we are not quite a beam yet. Not quite a beam yet. Not quite a beam yet. And a beam. So landing checklist, economy landing except flaps no blue. Oh no, I did the old mistake again. Alright, I know 2 miles. Reset the chrono before you press it again. So we're going to estimate 33 seconds. Here comes the progress page. 2 miles. Cool. Alrighty. Turning to the base. Flaps full. Speed check. Flaps full. Everything's completed. 0 traffic. Windmill 7 Bravo. Turning final. Runway 01 in Girona. So we've got 2.5 miles. I don't have to send too quickly. Now comes the difficulty with us flight simmers. Trying to get a hold of the view.
Speed.
Correcting. Right, there's the runway. Right, careful with the descent right here. Don't need to go down too fast. Turning final.
Speed.
Oh, come on, we're on speed. There's the runway.
Speed.
2 red, 2 white. Oh, that is really annoying. That's just way too sensitive. 2 red, 2 white, on path. Checklist completed. 1 red, 3 white. Trying to get into the nice slot here. 500 feet established is what we're looking for.
500.
There we go, on center line, nicely on the center rate, looking good. Clear to land, wind is actually a bit of headwind, look at that, who would have thought?
Southern 52 Yankee, downwind 401.
Just a tad high, let's correct that. Maximum descent rate, 1,000 feet per minute. There we go, 1 red, 3 wide again.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Come on.
5.
Oh, this floating. Right, well, at least we greased it. Not runway. Spoilers. Reverse. Green now, decel. And we're going to vacate here. Manual brakes. Girona traffic, windmill 71 Bravo, runway 01 is vacated. What, Bico landing? Oh, Arthur Bico landing. Oh, you see like that? Really? Okay, interesting. Right, good. I'm happy with that circling. That worked out quite well. After landing checklist, radar, predictor wind shear off. Well, no, you're not supposed to deploy the spoilers early, so you're not supposed to do that. Haley, okay, mach's gut, vielen Dank. Ja, eine schöne Woche dir. Bleib gesund. Yeah, well, if I do that, then people will bash me for it, because, you know, you don't do that in real life either. We got one traffic coming in. Let me just stop here quickly. Let me just stop here. Because when people are flying along, obviously I do want to show their landings. I can't always do it, but we've got some friends here flying along on the circling, which I have to say GG. Because they do realize that sometimes you have, like now, 175 people watching here on Twitch and over 50 or so, 60 on YouTube. So it's more than 200 people watching right now. And that's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Oh, nicely lined up with the center line. I can see that. Looks good on profile as well. Haha, Mark. Pressure Meister. God, Mark. Oh. I'm looking so much forward to our next shared flight, Mark. You know why? You see this? I can read that. It says failures. And it's circled in red. Empty cross, how are you doing? Nice, looking very good. GG. Transavia 737, nice. Oh, and greased it as well. Beauty, well done. Nice approach. And MAN is next. MAN is on downwind there. You can see him. In the meantime, let's just quickly go and taxi forward a bit so I don't block the taxiway. Rip me says, yeah. Delete explain. Hey, Unai, thank you so much. Yeah, so I'll get to the scenery in a minute. We'll have a detailed look at it. And again, big thank you for having gifted me the scenery here. And there was a question from Sebastian, who said, just asking before you go, pretty good performance. You have on the sim, awesome graphics. Would you be grateful to point out what you could share? Okay, so what I have is I am on a 30 Hz monitor. I do use some extras. I should have taxied in the other taxiway there. Yeah, I use VSync to get everything smooth, and I use NVIDIA game filter. Right, that does make a big difference with how the sim looks. And where do... Oh, I've never been to Girona. Where do you park normally? Here? Is that new terminal? No, that's just the parking lot, isn't it? Well, Unai, I mean, already enjoyed the approach. So we did a lovely circling approach into the airport here. That was already brilliant. Where's MAN? He's turning base there, so it's almost there. I'm going to stop again quickly here. I'm going to park up on that terminal side at best, right? Yeah, go past the tower. Yeah. We'll do this in a minute. I'm just going to watch the landing of a good friend MAN. There he is. Just picking up now. Well, there we go. It looks good, MAN. All good. Yeah, sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone. Just, you know, practice something. Hey, Ali. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Thanks for asking. Yeah, circling taxi, yeah. I know. Like I said, my excuse is I've never been here. Sorry. Here he is. Looking good. Maybe just a tad low, if I could criticize anything. Just a tad low over the threshold here, but hey. And butter. Nice in the touchdown zone there. GG. Well done. Good circling. Well done. Alright, Transavia is overtaking us. Racing us to the parking spots. Lol. Okay, I'm just going to shortcut here. We've got a special permission today to shortcut. Ah, I love the app. I love the feel again. Look at the mountains in the background there. The trees. Lovely. Alrighty, let's park here so that we all have some space. There's the tower. Parking brake on. APU is running. APU bleed on. Engines off. I'll show you everything about the scenery in a second. Right, there we go. So thank you to MAN and the Transavia, who... I'm sure you're on Twitch or on YouTube. What's your name? So I know who's been flying along. Yorda, no, that was not you. I know your voice, so. I don't know. Well, let's see. There's sometimes some standard profiles. Hold on. So let's request the.
Boarding requested.
Oh, disregard. Well, that's fine. Let's do this. Get some services going. Yeah, so welcome to Girona. Nicola, I don't think so. I don't know. Nice. So Unai says, so Unai here is Gonzalez. He's one of the developers from RD Presets. And he says that there should be a standard GSX profile when the add-on is released on Tuesday. Now, they have given me a little PDF file. So if you guys have any questions about the scenery, feel free to ask. I can give you the price. Retail price will be €19.99. Saying it's in line with all the other similar sized airports, Rotterdam and Naples. And you guys remember Naples? I did a lovely video on that. And what a brilliant airport. Naples, one of those best ones I have. So fantastic airport, lovely scenery, and of course interesting approaches. Release date is on 11th of October. And keep in mind, the release on the marketplace is delayed due to Asobo overseeing when the airport is released. But you can also buy it on Sim Market, flightsim.to, and the Contrail shop. Rotterdam, Naples, and then to Girona. Actually, not a bad idea, but I have so much on the plate right now. So, just going out a little bit more. And there we go, look at that. It's a lovely airport. And on the RD preset store, yes, of course, there as well. I'll give you a top-down view here from night lighting. So this is the night lighting. What's the third flight? It's nothing. It's past midnight already. Yeah, as always, lovely night lighting. And what I like is they have actually modeled... Oh, look, that's a nice glow of the tower there. So they have modeled part of the interior, which I really like. I always find it a bit sad if it's just plain textures on the outside and you can't really look in. So that's a really nice tower there, and you actually can go into the tower. Has some stairs there.
Crew boarding starting.
Comfy chairs running, calling. There we go. So you've got tower there. Some displays. Yeah, so one thing I really like, again, when you look from the outside into the terminal, you know it's modeled, so it looks really nice. Love it. And let's go back to daytime here quickly. Performance is fantastic. There's no issues whatsoever with performance. Subway, yeah, they do make some nice sandwiches. There we go. For content creators, obviously, it's very good indeed as well. You can have some nice views from the outside, inside. Or kind of get a immersion as a passenger. And since Girona is a Ryanair base, so just north of Barcelona, maybe some of you have actually been here. Oh, nice. Some outside terrace. Yeah, lots of parking space. Now, it being a Ryanair base, you can see the necessity for having lots of parking spots. So you need lots of space there. Very nice indeed. Look at that. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, simply have PMDG 737, 800, obviously, with Ryanair liveries available. Lots of stuff you can do here. Nice. DHL as well. Get some cargo ops you can do too. FedEx, DHL. Wow, that's a lot. Seems like a big hub here as well for them, right? That's amazing. Looks like East Midlands, lol. No, there's too much sun here, Yoda. That's not realistic for East Midlands. Sorry, Mark. Oh, Mark, did I mention? Mark, did I mention that already? Look. Failures. Remember? Soon. Right, so. Beautiful. Is there anything else you guys would like to see in Girona here? Anything else? Time to end the stream. It is actually, yeah. How much time was spent on performance? The last 3 weeks of development have been spent only on optimizing performance of the airport. Worked very hard to making the VRAM usage as low as possible and the FPS higher than ever before. Using smart ways of developing that are made possible with the Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 SDK. Lots of time spent on the level of detail, custom ground models around the airport as well. Yeah, getting the Spanish feel. There will be a GSX profile included. Interior we've looked at. How big is the area of development? So the industrial area behind the terminal, the gas station, highway. Will the airport be available for Xbox? Yes, the airport will be available for Xbox from day one of the airport being on sale on the marketplace. Why Girona Airport? When looking at Europe's area and seeing which airport have already been done, we felt like Girona was a very fun airport that was missing in the third-party add-on lineup. We took this opportunity to make this airport available due to it being a fun airport to fly to, as well as being the airport people have a personal relation with due to having been there on vacation in real life. And like I said, since it's a hub for Ryanair, isn't it Mentor Pilot based here? I think he is. So for all those Ryanair fans or love to fly Ryanair virtual airline, they will definitely need to get this. The most popular routes they actually implemented, so it's from Brussels Airlines, A320 from Brussels. We've got the Enter Air 737 from Gdansk, Katowice and Poznan. And we've got the Jet 2 from Birmingham, Bristol, East Midlands. Where's that? Glasgow, Leeds, London, Stansted, Manchester, Newcastle. LOT is flying from Katowice and Warsaw. Ryanair, well, there's too many airports they come in from. Smart Wings from Warsaw and Katowice. Transavia from Amsterdam, Rotterdam, The Hague. TUI Airways, Birmingham, London, Gatwick, Manchester, Newcastle. TUI Fly from Brussels. Yeah, so lots of routes there. There we go. Okay. Once again, thank you so much for gifting me a copy here. And definitely an airport to fly in and out of. Lots of fun. And Ryanair, who knows? Maybe I may do a Ryanair ops somewhere sometime. So maybe Stansted to Girona. Or, as we've just seen, we have a Transavia 737 routing as well from Amsterdam or Rotterdam. Oh, actually, we would use Rotterdam, obviously, since it's from RD presets as well. Cool. East Midlands, of course. That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah, could be Chris. Yeah. So after a while, yeah, sometimes, yeah, that can happen. But Katowice, last time I was there, they were still, you know, really, really developing, building some stuff. So Katowice as well, and Krakow as well. I mean, they're building so much stuff in Krakow too.
Passengers bus is coming.
Cool. Unai, thanks for coming in. Unai, thanks for saying hello. Do you use Rex products? I have the Rex Accu Seasons. Yes, I do use that. I didn't. Oh, hang on. One thing I noticed though, it should have autumn trees, and it didn't. It didn't install those. Yeah, Unai, thank you. It's pleasure. Pleasure on my side. Thank you so much. Yeah, but I have no crashes to desktop, anything like that with RD presets. Or the Accu Seasons, sorry. No, it's the Accu Seasons. I don't have any issues, no. Guys, I am going to send you over to our good friend Sim Caesar. He has been hosting me. Actually, no, it's a raid. So he has been raiding me many times, and I want to return the favor. So Sim Caesar. And what he's up to right now, let's check. He is up to Microsoft flying. Oh, yeah, he's flying in Canada. VFR, very nice indeed. So, big thank you to everyone that has resubscribed. Coffee Color, thanks for the raid. Same for Lilo, thank you much. And thanks for all the resubs, the new members joining our community. Thank you so much. And I will see you again soon, my dear moderators. Thank you so much for helping out. Thanks for being here. And good night and greetings again. Oh, Roy, okay, there we go. So, greetings again to everyone from the RD Presets team. Thank you so much for making these wonderful sceneries for us. Yeah, so much more lifelike and real. Thank you so much. Thank you much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful week. Stay safe, everyone. And I'll see you again, if you like, tomorrow, Monday evening. And we're going to fly to Podgorica. I don't know how to pronounce that. We'll see. But we'll fly there tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night. And we're over to Sim Caesar. Good night.